Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for this time next year. We're going to see where you will be this time next year. You have this ant card that says patience on it. And, I feel like for a lot of you, I think it's saying not to give up on something is really what I'm getting for you, especially this year, 2023. Or, really these readings are timeless. So no matter when you're watching it, I feel like you're working towards a specific goal, wish, or dream, and you're actually going to be accomplishing it, I feel, probably in less than a year. It's not like it's going to take a year. I feel like you're going to start seeing results, but I really feel the universe is asking you to not give up on something. I feel like the universe is asking you to keep pushing. Every single person, I kid you not, has had the tower. I literally said in my first reading that I did for these that I think everyone's going to get the tower, and I was right. Everyone's had the tower. It's the astrology. I would say that there's a ton of tower moments. Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius as well. It's going to retrograde this year, 2023, back into Capricorn and then move back into Aquarius. To me, this is the breakdown of structure, the breakdown of establishment. So there will be a lot of tower moments. Think about you could see any type of establishment, something that has existed for a long time, collapsing, right? And we've already seen a lot of crazy stuff going on. But you have this ant spirit against this patience. I also feel like teamwork could be very beneficial for you as well. You have the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence. But again, the Nine of Pentacles is not about being alone. And it's not about doing things on your own. It's about giving how much energy you give to a situation. But ants work together. So definitely we're in a time where teamwork makes the dream work. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. So clearly you are very focused on something that could create more independence in your life is what I feel here. Definitely could be financial. So I feel like you're trying to turn your finances around. Some of you, I kind of feel all this energy of just wanting a transformation in what you do for work, and maybe you just feel like you're wasting your time at your current job or career, or maybe you want to do something different, like start your own business or do your own thing. And I kind of feel like you're in this transition period. I say this as well because you have the World right here, and the World is a card of birth. She represents traditionally a sorceress. She has those two wands in her hands normally, and one wand is kind of like the magician's wand. It's like creating with your words. The other one is more like an action-based wand, taking action. So I feel like both things, mixing the two energies together would be good for you. You have the King of Pentacles, so I feel like 1 year from now, your finances will be stabilized. Again, I think right now you could be stabilizing your finances. Things could be improving financially, and I feel like that's a good thing for you. What I would say, maybe a little bit boring. Just nobody really, who really wants stable finances, like as in just enough to get by, right? Nobody really wants that. I think we all want to have enough so that we can do things that we want to do. What I would say to you is Eight of Pentacles. Even if you have more than enough, Eight of Pentacles to me is a card of, it's kind of like a savings account with the universe is the way that I look at the Eight of Pentacles sometimes. Sometimes I think if we put, positive energy into, business or career or work, and it's almost like we're building up a savings account where in the future we get a bunch of money. But it could be in the form of our business growing. It could be in the form of getting a lot of attention on our business. So I almost feel like you're building up a debt with the universe where the universe is going to owe you like 1 year from now, or probably sooner. I feel like this isn't even going to be 1 year from now. But what I would like to remind people is that Eight of Pentacles is a card of momentum. You don't want to stop working on something that is working, right? Even if it's just working, I would keep, if you have a business and maybe it's like just working, it's just breaking even or just supporting you just enough, I would build up, it's like, I think what you don't realize here is that you're building up a lot behind the scenes and you're about to kind of see those results. And so I would keep pushing here and I would be patient and don't give up on whatever you're doing. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. I really just feel this is your energy. It's like you see clearly. I feel like you understand exactly what you want, and this is probably why you're being more successful. When we understand what we want in life, then we can get it easier because we know like what we're working towards. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, Knight of Wands is like some sort of adventure. I would break out of convention. King of Pentacles is a card of convention, which represents the way things have always been done. The Knight of Wands is kind of like a card. Sorry, I think I said the Knight of Pentacles, but the Knight of Wands is a card of adventure and being spontaneous. So don't be afraid. Like if you have a spontaneous idea to make a change in your business, try it. If you have a crazy idea for an experiment, try it. If you have a crazy idea even in love, try it. See what happens. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Every single person has had something about desire because we just have a lot of well, I'll just say this. You have this healing your heart card. There is a certain element of Pluto and Aquarius, which we're going to have, next year officially for 20 years. There's a certain element of Pluto and Aquarius that really says follow your heart. What is your heart telling you to do? Not what does the collective say. Yes, Pluto and Aquarius is all about the collective, but it's also about the individual. It's also about what your heart is telling you to do. I say this to everyone because it's true. And I would say your heart might be telling you, oh, quit your job and go start a turkey farm or something like that. I don't know. It could be something totally random. And if it's what your heart is telling you to do, then you're not only are you going to feel fulfilled, but you're going to feel like you're inspiring other people. Next, you have this healing your heart card, or healing the heart. I do feel like, this could have to do with love, but I feel that this is much, much bigger picture here. I feel like this is saying that you're kind of healing your heart in the sense that you're not doing things that you don't want to do. I feel like you are actually stopping doing things that you don't want to do. And that might sound obvious, but it's how many people have you known in your life that go to a job for 20 years that they absolutely hate? I don't know. I can name a few, right? So it's plenty of people do things that they hate. Every single time I go for a walk, people run by me that look like they're about to crap their pants, right? They do not look like they're having a good time. I'm like, why are you doing this? There are other ways to lose weight and to be fit than run, right? And if you enjoy running, great. But I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen someone who enjoys running, right? So whatever it is for you, what is your heart telling you to do? And can you find a way to get to your goal without, doing things that you hate, right? You have the World, the Nine of Cups, and the Tower. Again, every single person has had the Tower. I think that we'll see a lot of global Tower moments for the next 20 years at least, if not longer. It's just it's just the time that we're in. Not a big deal. It is what it is. Can't control it. So I would focus on your own happiness. I would focus on your own fulfillment. Nine of Cups says, bathe in the energy of what you want. So, I keep telling people, encouraging people to not get distracted by the world. I would say, I would focus on yourself. And yes, I am encouraging you to be a little bit selfish right now, but we need to be an inspiration for other people. And it's not about being selfish. It's about embracing the energy of what you want, bathing in that energy. So if you want love, being in love. If you want to be wealthy, then being in wealth before you actually have it. That's what the Nine of Cups says. And people always say to me, Chris, how can I be wealthy if I don't have wealth? I'm like, go be around wealth. Go do things that make you feel abundant. Then you're in the energy. So we need to create more of this energy so that we create more of this energy in the world, which we see right here. Again, people always ask me, what is my spiritual path? I'm like, well, number one, I think we're here to create our own reality. God lives through us, through the things that we create or the experiences that we have. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe it. That's fine. But what I would say here is that I think that we need to just create more positivity in the world, more, happiness, joy, abundance, more of those things, because, I don't know, I just think that there are a little bit of misery going on in the world, and we need to kind of flip it in the other direction. But the whole point of Pluto and Aquarius is it's going to come from us. It's not going to come from the government or, anyone in charge or anything like that. So we have to be an inspiration to other people, and that's the most spiritual thing that you possibly could do. So start bathing in positive energy, as I always say. And I'm going to keep saying it too. With the World, you have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes a dream work, of course. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. It's also a card of needing to have more fun. Normally, there's a lady on the Three of Pentacles, and she has polka dots on her cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent taking things too seriously, needing to have more fun, joy, all those things. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands about taking the lead and being very successful. So I feel you have the Emperor right next to it with this Two of Wands. So that's kind of what makes me feel that you need to take the lead on something. You also have the Chariot. Chariot is a card of taking control. Chariot is a card of hard control. It's like a card of grabbing the reins, being in control of whatever it is that you want to create in your life, right? So, and it's a card that says where there's will, there's way. No matter what you want to accomplish, if you take control, you will be successful. With the Tower, you have the Ace of Cups here. Someone could be surprising you in love. Could be an Aries as well. You have Aries right here. So I actually feel this would be a positive surprise, not a bad surprise. And it could be true love For others, again, no matter what is going on in the world, I can't stress this enough, is that, I would be focusing on doing the things that fulfill you. Five of Pentacles literally says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. This has been a major theme in these readings, and I think it's because of the time that we're entering into. There's going to be, I'm sure there will be plenty of things to worry about, right? But it's like worrying doesn't do much. It doesn't do anything for us. So either take action on the things that you're worrying about, be the change that you want to see in the world, or stop worrying about things that you can't control and start focusing on the things that you can control. By doing that, then you're going to create more control in the world. So that's what I would be doing right there. Next, you have this snake spirit. I didn't even see this. It says time to heal. You have 2 cards of healing. So I feel like 1 year from now, you will have probably shed your skin, and maybe you are healed, or you will have healed. I almost get this energy of like breaking a curse. And I want to make it clear that I don't believe in curses personally. I know people say, how dare you? How can you not believe in curses? I'm like, I don't believe in curses. I know, shocking. I don't believe in something, right? But, again, to me, even if you read about like voodoo, for example, it's like, what do they have to do with a voodoo doll? They have to put it on the doorstep of the person that they are cursing. It's like, so it's like mental. The person has to see it. The person has to know that they're being cursed for it to work in the first place. So there you go. And I protect myself like crazy anyway. So there you go. But trust me, if curses were real, I would be dead. So there you go. But what I would say is that I feel like you're breaking some sort of like generational curse. You could be the first in your family to do something here, is what I'm feeling. You have the 7 of Wands, the Emperor, and the 5 of Pentacles. The 7 of Wands is the card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that you're going to be successful. I just said to someone else as well that this is the card of persistence, the 7 of Wands, and then you have the 9 of Wands, which is the card of perseverance, which is like not giving up. But they're both, persistence and perseverance are kind of similar, right? Because persistence is just trying over and over and over again to do something that you want to do, being persistent. 9 of Wands is not giving up, which is kind of similar. And I do feel that some of you are breaking through some sort of barrier here. I kind of feel like this is you showing up in a very strong position. I kind of feel that this is you kind of having conquered something or overcome something. I want to say that some of you, maybe your part of your spiritual path is to break like, kind of like break through some sort of generational barrier. I don't really have any good examples other than like maybe you're like the first person in your family to go to college. Maybe you're the first person to be a millionaire. Maybe you're the first person to whatever, right? To do something. It's almost like you have the opportunity to break something. If you're wondering, but in a good way, having a breakthrough. If you're wondering what it is, I feel like it's something that is persistent in your life. Like maybe everyone in your family has the same story about something, whatever it is, and it's like you could change your story if you focus on it. 5 of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. It's like there are probably plenty of reasons for all of us to feel weak about something, but some of us choose not to focus on them, and this reading is really saying to me that focusing on your strength and the things that you are good at is going to be the thing that leads to success. Again, this has come up for almost everyone over the past few weeks, and I really feel that Pluto and Capricorn, which it's in Capricorn right now, it's about to move into Aquarius, it's basically efficiency. So it's like if you're focusing on things that you're not good at in work or business, then you're going to slow down, because Pluto and Capricorn is like, no, you have to focus on efficiency, not what you're not good at. With the 7 of Wands, you have these 3 of Swords. I do feel like some of you could be protecting yourself, like healing. 3 of Swords can be a card of healing because it's a card of needing to remove those swords from your own heart through forgiveness. With the Emperor, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be an Emperor type person coming in for you if you're looking for love. I feel like there could be true love here. Definitely a very solid connection. And it could be an Aries or a person who has a lot of Aries in their chart for sure. With the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 4 Swords, healing. So I think that you will have gone through a major healing by this time next year. And it's going to lead to a lot of strength and success with the Emperor is what I'm feeling. And it's probably going to lead to a lot more action in your life as well. Obviously, if you're not healed, then it's harder to take action. If you are healed, then it's easier to take action. And that's kind of what I get here. In your last row, you have this first quarter moon in Sagittarius. It says, believe in your good luck. How crazy is that? That we've basically been saying, focus on what you want. So I feel like focusing on being lucky and saying that you're lucky. I mean, there have been like scientific studies on this that people who believe they're lucky are more lucky. So it's just that simple, and it's free. People always question me on this stuff, and it cracks me up. They're always like, that's not true or whatever. I'm like, okay, but it's free. It's better than whatever's going on in your mind right now, right? So why not just try it for a little bit? And yeah, maybe you're going to have to brainwash yourself into believing that you're more lucky, but if you do it, then you're going to be more lucky. Part of luck is putting yourself in situations where you can be lucky in the first place, so don't be afraid to, put yourself out there. You have the Nine of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Chariot. Definitely some victories, like major victories coming in for you, I feel. I also feel like, this is an energy of setting yourself apart. He is normally leaving the city behind him and mostly because he wants to set himself apart. He wants to be seen as being different. Everyone is the same in the city that he's coming from, and there's a lot of competition in the city that he is coming from. So he's kind of like setting himself apart, making himself unique. Pluto in Aquarius is definitely all about making yourself unique, but also it's about following your own unique path. Like the way that you become successful might not be the way that someone else has become successful. So don't be afraid to kind of like do your own thing. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores, so there are a lot of improvements and good things coming in for you here with the Six of Swords. I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in for you with this card as well. So I feel pretty good about the Six of Swords. I feel like some of you this time next year could have moved as well. You have this moving energy, so it wouldn't surprise me if you were moving to a new location. And if you are moving, I feel like there is an increase in your finances because of the move. But again, this makes sense with Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is in Capricorn. It's going into Aquarius this year. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn this year. And it's all about efficiency. But part of that is if you live somewhere that's like super expensive for no freaking reason, then you're probably going to move somewhere that's cheaper. But here's the benefit of Pluto in Capricorn is that you can find a place that's like cheaper, that's bigger, better, and you also might find like a job that pays you more money wherever you move to. So I always tell people with all this Capricorn energy, I would be looking for win-win-win type situations where there could be like an additional win on top of everything else that you get. And if you look, you're going to have to look. I like to stress to people, this isn't just going to magically appear in your life. You're going to have to look for this. But if you look for these opportunities, you will find them. You have the Nine of Wands. I really feel this is saying don't give up on whatever you're working on. The main theme in this reading is momentum, Eight of Pentacles, Chariot. Starting with Eight of Pentacles, ending with a Chariot. I literally feel it's saying like everything you're working on is adding up. It's like things are adding up in the universe, and you're about like a year from now, I feel like you're getting the payoff or whatever you want to call it. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups. If you want love, I would open up this year, 2023. I feel like there could be a person coming in for you, but Nine of Wands and Seven of Wands together can be a little bit closed off. And this looks like, a knight in shining armor. So I feel like there could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you here with the Knight of Cups. But again, I would open up, and it could be any sign. With the Six of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. I love two sixes. It is crazy to me how many people have had two sixes together in these readings. I love that. To me, that is a very good collective energy because to me, it says everyone is moving, or at least the energy is moving in the right direction. To me, two sixes says you're on the right path. You're going the right direction. You're, getting or creating the things that you want in life. Amazing. And with the Chariot, you have the High Priestess. Definitely time to trust your intuition. I do feel it's a very intuitive time as well. We have Saturn moving into Pisces with Neptune in Pisces. So just energetically, there could be some mysteries where like we feel drawn to something that is mysterious in our life. Like maybe we feel like, here's a better example. Maybe you become, interested in something you've never been interested in before. It could be like a new idea, a new business. Maybe it's like a new, something you want to go to school for or something like that. This basically says that is your intuition saying go in this direction. This is something new for you. So again, a lot of us with Saturn in Pisces could be taking our intuition, bringing it down to earth. So don't be afraid to follow your intuition. You have this flattery card. This is you, Venus, and Gemini. So I do feel like there could be a good match coming in for you. I always say with this card, it's like these two are facing away. These two are facing together. So I kind of feel like it's kind of like maybe your past person was just a stepping stone soulmate, and now you're meeting like a true soulmate this year. But again, I feel like people will be very flirtatious with you this year. You have this restlessness card. Again, I would be channeling your restlessness into something. It could be anything. It could be a puzzle. It could be going for walks. It could be just some random project that you're working on, personal, like a personal project. What I would say is that I do feel that there could be some restless energy. The problem with restless energy is, what do they say? The idle hands are the devil's workshop or whatever. So if you're feeling bored, if you're not sure what to do with your life, go create something, screw around on YouTube, do something, right? Channel your energy, and I feel that here. Next, you have this riches card. Damn. Yeah, definitely. I think we were talking about wealth in this reading earlier. I don't remember. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you were kind of doing something that created wealth or built more better finances. Again, what I would say, I want to stress, like the work that you do right now is adding up to something bigger. So don't be afraid to keep going. Next, you have this convention card. I think convention is the enemy right now. Convention is the way things have always been done. And Pluto and Aquarius, again, wants us to break down convention. Pluto and Aquarius maybe want us to find like new ways of doing things or different ways of doing things. So, don't be afraid to try something new. And finally, you have this birth card. If you're not trying to get pregnant, I would be careful, number one. But number two, this could be like the birth of an idea, the birth of something new in your life. And we see that throughout the reading, especially with the world card. The world card is my card of birth because she's like going through a portal into a new world. So I feel like you are being reborn. But definitely an interesting reading. I like it. So thank you for being here, Gemini. I really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your year.